Hello, my name is Nicholas Meyer, and I'm an attorney with Pine Tree Legal Assistance Farm Worker Unit in Maine. Let's discuss the Migrant and Seasonal Agricultural Worker Protection Act. What is the Migrant and Seasonal Agricultural Worker Protection Act? This is a law that protects agricultural workers. It establishes employment standards for wages, housing, transportation, disclosures, and record keeping. The law covers most farms and farm workers, but note that it does not cover farm workers here on H-2A visas. Under this law, you have the right to accurate information in writing about the job when you were recruited. The contractor and the employer must keep all their promises, clean, safe housing, transportation and safe vehicles if the employer provides transportation, accurate and complete wage statements every time you get paid, and prompt payment of all wages owed. The law also has other protections for farm workers. If your employer violates this law, you can get up to $500 for each violation, sometimes more. Let's take a more detailed look at this law. So what information should the grower or labor contractor give you? The law is designed to prevent false promises from being made to farm workers who travel long distances. Sometimes workers find themselves at the mercy of employers who made false promises. If an employer or labor contractor recruits you to do agricultural work away from your home, they must give you a written notice describing the work when they recruit or hire you. The notice must be in your native language. The notice must say where you will work, your wage rate, the work you will do, including the crop you will work in, whether they are offering housing or transportation, and how much that will cost. If you're a local agricultural worker, you also have the right to this information, but you must ask for it. The employer may not discriminate against you for asking for this information. If you do not get it, ask for it. Note that the information provided to you at the time of recruitment are promises. These promises are enforceable under the law. Falsely promising ample work, for example, or misrepresenting the amount of money to be earned could be actionable under the law. So what information about wages must your employer give you? Employers of farm workers must give you a written wage statement or pay stub each time they pay you. You should keep these pay stubs in a safe place. They are proof of your work. Your employer, after all, might make a mistake recording your work. Your wage statement or pay stub must say how much you earned, how many hours you worked, whether you were paid by the hour or piece, for example, box, bushel, pound, or bin, if by the piece, the quantity you picked or pruned, and so on, the amount of money taken out of your pay and why, taxes, Social Security, cash advance, housing, and the employer's name, address, and phone number. Your wage statements must list and explain any deductions from your pay. The law allows deductions for Social Security and taxes, but sometimes employers take deductions for housing, transportation, tools, or other items. If these deductions lower your wages below the minimum wage, the deductions may be illegal. And what about transportation? If your employer or the person who recruited you transports you to your job, the vehicle they use must be safe and insured. It must meet federal and state government safety standards. Drivers must be licensed. What about the laws for housing conditions? Farm worker housing or camps provided by an employer must meet standards set by state and federal law. Labor camps must be inspected before you move in. Inspection certificates must be posted where you can read them. What if my employer does not comply with the law? The Migrant Seasonal Agricultural Worker Protection Act is enforced by the Wage and Hour Division of the U.S. Department of Labor. This part of the government can investigate complaints and fine growers and recruiters who violate the law. The government also has authority to impose criminal sanctions on violators. Individual workers can also file a lawsuit directly in federal court for violations of the Act. Workers can get up to $500 per violation of the law, or an amount for their actual injury. It's a violation of the law for any person to discriminate in any way against a migrant or seasonal worker for exercising any of their rights under the law. A worker suffering retaliation can make a complaint to the Wage and Hour Division, or they can file private legal action.